In this episode of The Real Crimes of Kurri Kurri, we are reminded that mental health sometimes contributes to the offending. When Kurri Kurri Local Court sat in late April, there was a case where mental health was a significant factor. In one of the episodes from this series in February this year, I discussed another defendant who had mental health issues and had ended up with a drink driving type case here at Kurri. Well, this April defendant is also having mental health issues, and their drink driving led to a single car accident where they were badly injured. The driver is a 23-year-old female. Her offending is considered a serious example because it involved a car accident. If I could say two things about this case. First, I think we should be careful not to judge mental health cases. Spend any time observing at court and you will hear mental health being argued, particularly to divert from a conviction or arguing for a dismissal. And yes, there can be times when you get a little cynical about their arguments and wonder if it's all an act. However, there are many that I would argue are very genuine. And in my opinion, this is one of those cases. Why? Because there's heaps of medical paperwork. The court is told the defendant has spent several weeks in hospital and is engaged with ongoing treatment. I think it's the medical treatment for this mental health issue that is in the best interest of both the defendant and the community in a case like this. On this day, I thought there was a lot of accountability from the defendant, which leads me to my second point. This 23-year-old defendant showed up and sat in the defendant's chair alone while the magistrate, the prosecutor, and the defence solicitor discussed the sentencing. The court, including the public gallery, heard very personal details. It's agreed she's lucky to be alive after the car accident. The driver also made some very personal admissions in open court via their defence solicitor. I wonder what it's like dealing with mental health and also dealing with the experience of the New South Wales Local Court. I think for someone in that position, one of the most intimidating parts of the process is leaving the defendant's chair and returning back to the gallery. It must feel like all eyes are on you and everyone just heard some of your life challenges. By the way, I thought the magistrate kept the proceedings simple and as less intimidating as possible. Yes, there were words said by the magistrate to deter and denounce the behaviour. There was a conviction, a fine and disqualification, just like all the other cases on that day. But there was also acknowledgement of the mental health diagnosis. The magistrate said words such as they were surprised to see capable, successful people doing such dramatic drink driving. The defendant was also wished the best of luck. There were tissues passed around. I reckon the defendant did well to show up and face the magistrate. In my opinion, we should talk more about mental health and offending, and to also be aware that many defendants' mental health isn't being used as an excuse. Rather, it's just part of reality here at Kurri Kurri Local Court.